What's going on with due diligence money?
All right, so we've been dealing with this due diligence money for several years now, and there's two sets of money. There's earnest money and there's due diligence money. And due diligence money is the money that is given to the seller to take their property off the market. And when things were slow several years ago, we were doing zero due diligence money because the buyer was having to pay for inspections and an appraisal, and so we said they were pot committed. But now it's much more of a seller's market, and so we're commonly seeing 200, 300, probably most common right now is $500 due diligence money, or even $1,000 due diligence money, where a check is being written to the seller to take the property off the market. We talked about contamination of putting your property under contract and then it falls out of contract. I'm advising sellers right now that they want buyers to be more pot committed. You want more due diligence money, and the more due diligence money you get, the better off you are. So sellers get real excited. They're like, yay, somebody wants my house, I have it under contract. But they want to eliminate frivolous buyers. They only want serious buyers, and the way you get a serious buyer now is if you have a substantial amount of due diligence money. So I'm recommending like $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 if we can get it, because that means somebody is more pot committed. We're having a lot of issues right now with some of these outside agents being a little bit tricky and putting properties under contract but not giving the agent, the listing agent or the selling agent, the due diligence money, and then trying to get the inspections, and then that due diligence money never materializes, and the seller now has a contaminated listing and with no compensation. So the money never arrives, and they'll say, oh, it's in the mail, or oh, we have to FedEx it. I'm advising all the brokers in my office, do not put this under contract unless you actually have that due diligence money in hand. The other thing that's happening with due diligence money right now is buyers are canceling their checks. And so, that's fraud, and there's small claims court, and there's everything else. But and I haven't been doing this, but this is a change in the industry, and it's something that I'm going to certainly advise my clients, my sellers about. Certified funds. So if we have a money order or if we have a bank check, there's no way to cancel those checks. And so, I want my sellers to have actual money in hand.
Is this all escrow, or is this money that the seller gets paid?
This is money the seller gets paid. This is their compensation to take the property off the market. It is credited on the purchase price, but if people walk away for any or no reason, that seller still gets that money. So I think that's real big. It's very important. The other thing that we see going on in the industry right now is agents not meeting with the other agents that have the checks in hand. So you definitely want to have them in hand and deposited. And then the last thing that we have happening right now is all the agents, the buyer, everybody's doing a good job of getting the check to the seller in the seller's hand, and then the seller doesn't deposit the check. I mean, this is really a common occurrence. I can't believe that people are so busy they can't deposit a check. If you wait until inspections and that check isn't deposited, there's a chance that buyer might cancel that check. And also buyers, their loan officer might want proof that check has been deposited. So, that needs to be taken care of. So a lot of responsibilities with this due diligence money, but in a seller's market, I'm recommending for my sellers, for my buyers, and for all my clients and all the brokers in the office, those numbers need to be going up. More due diligence money.